Right, what is up guys, Shutdown PZ here, and the FIFA 17 highest rated players have been released. 50 to 31 has been released, I do believe. I'm going to go through them, because there's quite, I wouldn't say shocks, but like some interesting ones. Right, so first in at 86, we've got a Blaze Matuidi. To be fair, I think he deserves that. He's a quality midfielder, and what else can you say about him? He is really, really good. Then we've got Marcelo, also 86, an upgrade from last year as well, I think +3 or +2. I know Matuidi's a +2, but I think, to be honest, that is quite fair. I think Marcelo is a really good fullback and always has been, and obviously playing for Real Madrid, and he just is really good. Aubameyang is an interesting one. That's a +2 from his 84 upgraded card, but to be honest, he does deserve that. He was absolutely brilliant last season, and he was pretty good the season before, I do believe. So, and with obviously a lot of clubs being interested in him, that's probably the reason his rating has been bumped up so much. Now, a very good one is Dimitri Payet here, an 86 rated. Now, to be honest, he deserves that. He just does. He's been absolutely sick for West Ham, and he was sick at the Euros for France as well. He just fully does deserve that, an 86 rated card, and it really does do him justice compared to his 81 of last year. Then, 87, we've got Arjen Robben. That's a drop from a 90, -3, which maybe a tad harsh in my opinion. I think maybe he should still be an 88, but I can see why they've downgraded him, because obviously EA do that thing. As you get older, they tend to downgrade you, and he wasn't playing as much last year. He was playing, but not quite to the same sort of levels. Obviously, he's still a brilliant player. I think 87, but maybe a bit harsh, but I suppose that's about right. James Rodriguez, 87 as well. Pretty fair, I think. He's world class, really, isn't he? Doesn't play that much for Real Madrid nowadays. I'm quite hyped, to be honest. He's linked with Chelsea, and it is deadline day tomorrow, so that could be pretty interesting. 87 as well, David Silva. Now, I love David Silva. I think he's a great player, but I don't know if he's 87. Like, that puts him in a region with really high-rated players. I don't think he's that good at the minute. When he's not in his form, when he's in form, he's brilliant, but when he's not in form, he's pretty useless. So I think that may be a bit high for him. I think maybe an 86 would have been more appropriate. Benzema next, 87 as well. He's gone up with a +1. He does look really good. Probably does deserve an 87 card. He's probably one of the better strikers in the world. He's probably your top 10 strikers in the world. He's very, very good in general. Then 87 Vidal, that's an upgrade as well. Fully deserved that. Vidal is just brilliant. Always has been. He's just a great player in general. A really solid rock in the Bayern midfield. I think he'll be absolute quality. Then we also have an 87 Busquets. Probably deserved. Yeah, he's a good player. +1 rating from FIFA 16. He's quite good. Looks to have a pretty solid card. And I don't know. He probably does deserve that one. Then this is where the surprises start to happen. We've got an 87 Handanovic. He's a very good keeper. Give that to him. Brilliant keeper. But is he 87 rated? From 84 last year, that may be a tad bit too kind, really, in my opinion. But I think the next 87 rated, Hummels, he just does deserve that. He's one of the best centre-backs in the world. He just is. He's brilliant for Germany, and obviously now transferred to Bayern. He'll be brilliant for them and on FIFA. So 87, probably well deserved. Along with his Bayern teammate, Muller, also an 87. Probably about right. He's a good, really, really, really good player for country and club, just like Hummels. 87 then with Di Maria, probably also deserved. A good player. Was maybe a bit of a flop at United, but then he's been brilliant really for PSG, and he always has been a top quality player. And that's probably deserved. Sanchez as well, an 87. That's a +1 from last year, I do believe. Probably deserves that. He's a top quality player. He's probably on the level of players like Di Maria, so that probably makes it fair for him to be the same sort of rating. Really good winger, and he'll be quality for Arsenal this season. Also, Rakitic at an 87. That's an upgrade. +1 or +2 from last year. Probably deserved. He's a brilliant centre mid. He is for country as well. He did well in the Euros, and he's just very good for Barcelona. He's pretty solid in their midfield. Then we've got a bit of a questionable one, Oblak at 87. Now, I rate Oblak as a keeper, right? I think he's quality. I think he's a very, very good keeper. 87 though. I was thinking maybe more like 85 for him, like that kind of range. I think 87 is just a bit kind, really. Although, don't get me wrong, he's a quality keeper, so I suppose he could be that high. Bonucci next, I think it's a +4 for him, up to 87 rated. Now, to be honest, although that is a bit kind, he is world class. and he probably does deserve a sort of upgrade, something like that. He's absolutely brilliant for Italy and for Juventus. Then I think he's one of the highest rated fullbacks in the game. Alaba at an 87, just there's nothing you can say about him. He just does deserve a high rated card like that. 85 last year, 87 this year. Probably is deserved. He's brilliant for country and club. He just is very, very good at his position. Probably the best in the world as a fullback. Then Lloris at an 88. He's the first 88 red card in the list, and I'm not sure whether he deserves that, really. I mean, 88 rated. I mean, I suppose the ratings are quite high this year. I've noticed they are a lot higher than they were last year. They've realised they probably had players too low last year. 88, I suppose he could deserve that. He was really, really good in the Prem last year. I think 87 would have been more reasonable, though. So that wraps up 50 to 30 on the ratings for FIFA 17. What do you think of them? I think, to be honest, most of them are quite fair. Some surprising ones. But I'm looking forward to the next 30 being released, because they are going to be some top players. It'll be interesting to see some really high-rated players and some big upgrades from FIFA 16. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed that. Leave a like if you want to see the other 30 players when they are released. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe, and see you.